So, a non hormonal male birth control pill called YCT529 just passed the first round of human clinical trials. The drug is a daily pill that blocks a vitamin A metabolite from initializing gene expression that starts sperm production. But what does that mean? It means that it's a pill that stops you from making little swimmers. But the problem is that if everything goes smoothly over the next 2 rounds of clinical trials, according to data on how long these phases take, we are still about 10 years away from male birth control being actually available to the public. The current state of birth control is imbalanced, to say the least. Women have options ranging from the pill to IUDs to implants in their arms, while dudes have condoms. Well, and vasectomies if you want a more permanent anti-baby option. And the modern conversations around birth control always revolve around how it's sexist against the women. It is unfair that women have to bear most of the responsibilities, and the side effects of these medications can be really hard on a woman's body. And so people argue that male birth control is needed to fix this imbalance. And while I do believe that the criticisms are true, no one talks about how the lack of options for male birth control actually also hurts men. The pill was invented to give women true freedom and control over their bodies, so that a dude irresponsibly jizzing in them doesn't mean that they have to get trapped raising a kid from a guy that's mid at best. People say that a man's ability to come and run is male privilege, a symptom of the patriarchy. And it is, but in this version of discourse, men are also cast as helpless jizz producers, with no agency in the process of conception and pregnancy once, the pudding leaves the cup. Because what are the options a guy actually has? What is truly within our control? In order to have sex without pregnancies, dudes have to use a condom. Now, I want to make it clear, we should be using condoms because condoms are effective. But condoms are our only option. If a choice only has one option, then is it really a choice at all? I have met so many women who love their IUDs and the freedom that it offers. But I've never met a dude who regards his condom without anything more than a disappointed sigh. Because it doesn't feel as good. The desensitization is real. It makes sex less fun. And isn't that what female birth control gave women? The ability to have risk-free sex? So for guys, it's just between a condom and risking it, YOLOing and hoping. And the brutal thing is if he takes the risk, rolls the dice, and she does get pregnant, then he becomes a passenger. And it isn't her fault, but now he just has to wait to see what she wants to do. He has no agency in the situation. If she wants the baby and he doesn't, men are faced with a terrible choice. He has to choose between a life reluctantly raising a kid he didn't want or abandoning a child. No matter how much the internet likes to say that men won't actually take male birth control, men who were given the option know it's better. In a study conducted by the WHO in 2016, 300 men around the world were given a hormonal cocktail that temporarily reduced sperm production to below effective levels. Yet despite the side effects of acne and mood changes, 87% of male participants said that they would want to continue taking the medication. And I highly doubt that these dudes are saying yes because they are woke feminists. They are down for male birth control because the side effects are very worth the ecstasy of lovingly raw dogging your girl. But in the end, the study was ended early because the aforementioned adverse effects were deemed by the WHO panel to be too terrible. This is what the last 64 years since the advent of the pill have always been. The decision has been made for men. The absence of male birth control isn't a women's issue, it's actually our issue, because it is robbing us of our human agency. And regardless of the gender wars and politics, human agency is all we have. 1 in 4 kids in the US grow up without a dad, and the existence of male birth control might change that number. With male birth control, these men who abandon their kids might not be deadbeat dads. Instead, they can just be a deadbeat by their own choice. Having a kid that you don't want is actually harmful financially, emotionally, karmically. The lack of male contraceptive options is a product of the patriarchy. It controls our bodies by hiding it behind privilege. We don't notice the choices that are being taken away because we get too busy trying to determine when, where, and how women are having kids. Meanwhile, we can't imagine a world where we can actually determine our own biological agency. Because every dude should be able to do what he wants. Liberation is autonomy. Let the fuckboy Fuck.